Welcome back, everyone. The trial for an Iraqi immigrant accused of the so-called honor killing involving his daughter, that will begin today. Prosecutors say Faleh Hassan Almaleki slammed his Jeep into his 20-year-old daughter and her boyfriend's mother back in October of 2009. The mother survived. His daughter, Noor, did not. Investigators say that he killed her because he felt she had become too westernized. Well, Javier is in the studio this morning with an expert, a devout Muslim, and a very outspoken advocate of integrating East and Western cultures. He is the president and founder of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Javier, good morning.
Good morning, Tara. And when you talk about this case, well, it's really caught international attention. We're joined by Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. He's the president and founder of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, when you talk about honor killings, a lot was said in the beginning that was the reason that the father killed his daughter, and said that it was practiced in Iraq. Is that the case?
Well, it's certainly not the Islam that I practice or my family or any of the Muslims I know, but you have to realize that it's certainly part of the medieval nature of a lot of the Islam practice in countries like Iraq or Jordan or Afghanistan, where there's a tribal mentality that the actions of women in the family, whether they're daughters, their spouses, or their aunts, are really property of the family, and that their actions, whether it be drinking or immodest dress or illicit behavior or dating, all makes a dishonor upon the family, and then it becomes important for the men in that family to act and punish them for it extrajudicially.
In this case, we saw that there was some sort of turn with the family. As Noor was about 17 years old, she worked at a restaurant, she started dating, and this was against her father and her family's wishes. Now, as the trial begins today, is that a defense?
Absolutely not. I mean, I hope this person, this barbarian, gets the full force of our law, and when if he's found guilty, that he not only gets punished. I wish death penalty was still on the table, but as he gets life sentence, I hope it becomes an example that Muslims in this country will not get special treatment, that they get the full force of Western law, and actually it begins to be a sign that, you know, this honor killing is a sign of a deeper issue, that most women that are oppressed don't end up getting murdered, but they are marginalized, shunned from their communities, pulled in from freedom, and that these behaviors aren't dealt with, where the women have independence to do what they want and make mistakes as they wish, but they are still looked upon many times as property rather than equals.
When you talk about the death penalty, it's not on the table. If he's convicted on all counts, he's actually facing life in prison. But you said back east, that's actually a defense, the honor killing.
That's what's amazing, is if you look even in countries that are supposedly liberal like Jordan, the laws in that system give men that commit these acts to honor their families less punishment. Even adolescents sometimes are engaged to try to do the murders because their records get cleared when they're 18. So we as a Muslim community need to recognize that Sharia or Islamic law is used sometimes to modify or minimize sentences, and actually condones and contributes to a culture that in many ways condones this type of barbaric behavior.
And it's interesting because here they're not trying it as a death penalty case, but what's interesting is there was history stating that he had threatened this family and his daughter before. If she didn't change, something bad would happen.
Exactly. I wish they were trying it as a death penalty case, to make an example not only for Phoenix but for all over the world, to say that in this culture we will not tolerate this type of behavior. There's a case in northern New York of a Faleh Hassan who beheaded his wife because she wanted to divorce him. In that case, actually, he's using a defense that he's the victim from his wife, and we need in these cultural clashes to show that this society does not tolerate that, and we will use the full force of our law, and I wish the death penalty was still on the table.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing some great insight there. Tara, I mean, we will continue to follow this case throughout the morning, if not the weeks ahead.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, again, today a big day. Javier, thanks.